Hello everyone. Today I'd like to discuss about my capstone project which I recently got through Google and Kaggle collab, and I had chosen a cybersecurity based project which is called I named it as a IntelShield AI. So I just used a Gemini Flash model as LLM, and I used the RAG memory for memory purpose and real-time APS Google search for using. And I'll give a brief about my project. It's simply an AI-based automatic investigation and collects all the errors enrichment and gives the output of what is risk and whether we need to trust the diversity or not, and what is the human understanding instead of AI. It will adopt the experienced human which having 50 plus years of experience, and it will process it and give the notes along. So what is the capabilities of it's doing this? So it just auto classify what is the IOC first of all, and it will parallel loop with the real-time checks using abuse IPTP and VirusTotal. Also perform the OSINT by using Google search DuckDuckGo. It will search all the news feeds, what all the sources it matches with, and after that it need to memorize the past dates for which it was dealt with, of course, and for it need to analyze the risk scoring, and it is capable of mapping the MITRE attacks, and it final verdict would be either it would be safe or not. Also, if there any sensitive content like PII is be there, it will exclude it and give the readable format. Here the workflow goes. This basic input would be given to the agent, and after that it will classify and it will perform the parallel loop agents, and it will store that memory for future purpose and use the Gemini system and perform the basic safety checks, and it generate the final draft. So the all the contents here it would be provided. So this one also the logic is based on the recent activity that IP is performing, and what are the security, how many vendors given it as a risk. Based upon it will decide, and it acts like a human. It correlate with all the possible ways. Either it was actively performing that IOC, then it will be mapped as a high risk. If it is low, then it would be marked as low risk. So these and all my expectations. I will give this detail in documentation. So let's go here straight to the code. So I want to view more in brief about scope. So I just divided this in the phases. So let's come to the phase one is called foundation. We're just inputting the what are the components that we are using to use in this code. So we have a memory to store all the data to process it. So I just use the fast CPU, and to performing Google search and all I use the DuckDuckGo. So I had installed it, and I just using the Kaggle platform ID to perform this code and all. That's why I used Nest async, and here we go. The installation happened. Mm, and after that coming to the next cell, so I just imported all the API secrets using the Kaggle secret environment. So it's always be remembered that we didn't include any API keys in it within our code for the best practices. It's a very sensible data, so our API keys should be private. We don't need to include it in our actual codes. So I didn't integrate it. I just added it my Google secrets. It just highlighted here. And next, coming to all the keys are loaded. I just use the Google VT and Abuse IPTP. I have further plans, and I had checks with Shodan as well for IoT enrichment. And coming to the next phase, I use these cells and imports. So we just downloaded that packages, and we are unzipping it, and we are importing to our actual code. So these are the installations, what are the like putting them into the code for actual use. So here just so DuckDuckGo, what are the numpy, that FASI memory, uh, whatever it was like So I used the Gen AI model, so that's why whatever we had imported here, that all are opened here, like integrated with our code. So coming to the next phase, this is the interface. I don't want to like go in brief about it. It's just a UI UX interface to our output. So I'm saying that the output would be green if it is a safe. The output would be yellow if it is suspicious, and risk is in between 30 to 69% of the weightage. And output would be red in color if it is 72 and I mean 70 above, and around 100, which is already suggest for blocking. So it would be easy for identification. I just use the in this context. So the basic conditions and the definition calling, what are the helper functions that has extracted here. And this is the HTML content which is integrated with the CSS as well. So here the final step comes, UI access is ready. And next, coming to our phase 3, this is the called engine. So here we integrate our tools, like, so what is the work we are doing to things done by using our tools. So here it go. We are using the tools like memory to remember, retrieve the information from the past threads as well, like threading and all. And we use the toolbed for scouts and API integrations, which is also in tools, external custom tools, and parallel power, like going for parallel agents. It's also one of the tool that we are integrated as. So these are all the tool integrations. Just I'm defining the classes and what are the functions it going to be matched, what are the types, the same thing, same code would be repeated for multiple uh, for each and every tool. So after I had included and imported it, I just the code adapted that tools and all. So the packages and be execute. And after that, we are going to the LLM agent. We are going to install. Here is the most important thing. We're integrating our LLM Gemini 2.5 to our code. So here it goes. So I just use the Gemini 2.5 Flash model, which is free with that AI Studio. And yes, after that, I need to use it for minimum retry attempts. Like I need to cut off the error rate. So that's why I used to keep it limit up to 3 times. If we have any internet issues, it doesn't affect upon API calls. So after that, I had gathered the like enriched this information. I have passed those arguments to brain, and I'm instructing like if score is like this, need to process all this Intel data, and you need to score in between this based upon your thinking score, based upon your output. You need to classify it in between 0 to 29. You need to mark it as low, and you can ignore it. It consider be as a safe one. And if it would be 30 to 69, you could mark it as a medium risk, and you need to keep monitor that type of IOCs for future purpose. And if it is above 70 to 100 risk score means you need to mark it as a high risk score, and you should consider this IP for blocking immediately as soon. So here the output would be like in this format. This is the JSON format that we are going to produce. And as of course, we are dealing with this JSON format, right? We need to go deal with this HTTPS response. That's why I use the try and expect except this loop and all. If we have any HTTP API error, then you can use this asynchronous diff and sanitize this. And here it goes. The brain had been completely installed and awakened, and we had integrated our main and crucial part, the brain. And coming to the next step, next phase of our coding journey, I just used integration, which is called. So we're coming to the next step. We need to have installed our tools. What are the hands that we are going to do the work? What are the eyes that going performing that Google lookups and performing the OSINT data. Now we need orchestration. We need to connect our hands, eyes, everything with our brain to the to get our things done. So here the orchestrator works. So it is connecting like classifying the Google data like from using DuckDuckGo and what is the hash. So it is getting all the orchestrator run and make the things done while performing the uh, parallel operations by saving time. So this one is just a basic code with this simple with the conditions. So and next our mission control. So this is our the system whole investigation which the HTML code will be exist, and here it goes the loop functions. So it will get the time and it need to perform the loops for without shutting down it. Like when the input is given, it need to enrich it, process it, and we need to give things done. So this is our last phase and last cell. After executing it, we are directly going to here. For dealing with this, I have a table. So let's move to here. So I had designed an table which is used for test cases and all. So here the first case, we are giving the legit Google domain, like the Google IP. So what we can expect? We can expect the risk score from 0 to 10, and it would be safe and it would be classified as Google public DNS. The main purpose of this test is it need to classify it's a common infrastructure and non-malicious one. It validates the baseline and false positives resilience. So let's see how it was. I had passed this IV to IBC enrichment and it has identified as IPv4. So it is saying that it has performed it marked as a low risk. Why? Because the IPs belongs to Google DNS as per OSINT, I guess, and it is not harmless. Yes, see, API marked it as whitelisted IP and the score is marked as 0. And it's performing it's saying what is the usage type. It's a CDN DNS purpose, and it's saying API 37 total reports and 0 abused coefficients. And so it's saying it's finally concluding it's a no risk from this, so we can mark it as low. And it has, you can see here it performed the sanitization as well. So the LPS is maintaining high contents. There is no more meta attacks from this IP as well. So it passed. And next we go the malware. So here it comes the sample input, which it links to the Tor exit node and scanner type, and it's based on APIS IPTP or OSINT. It need to mark the risk score as 85 to 100. Here we can check whether the IPS are working and OSINT is working well or not. It was accurate and preserved or not. And here I just passed it. So C, it is the risk score identifies as 98, high risk and recommended for blocking. So see the verdict is recommended for blocking, and it has performed the like it has dealt the malicious IP carefully by sanitizing it. Just marked. So proxy external and application layer. What are the tactics that this IP will be existing? Mostly used for phishing and remote services. It's a part of attacks. So we can see it has dealt with the Tor exit nodes. It has from the location Germany. It has given the TP enrichment from here, and after that it has given the real-time reports as of now, and it has giving the VirusTotal enrichment from here, and after that it is classifying it belongs to malicious activities, and it is a C2 mostly used for here as suggests that here external remote services like, so it has deals with C2 activities, and after that mostly it performed the scanning, brute force and hosting the phishing attempts. So these and all based upon the both IPs IPTP and all. And here it comes the OS and yes, the network explicitly states it does not any keeping logs and forensic analysis. Yeah, see these and all it came from OSINT by looking up for the all out the web and it had pulled that information. And after that, it's saying giving the overwhelming evidence of abuse, its nature of malicious is an unmatched service. So mostly Tor would be used for an unmatched services, and they have approached this IOC as a critical threat. Based on these artifacts, it's saying it's critical threat. So coming to the next, so we just passed the Netflix. This time, this we just go to this here. So our test cases, third one is domain-based detection. So what we are going to, like, of course, it would be a malicious one. It would be 80 plus high abuse score. It is a phishing one. It would be get it by using VirusTotal and zero test detections and all. And so here the context reasoning we are going to perform and test and because the base checks to ensure AI thinking is not just relying about data. Let's see how it interesting. See how it categorized us. Of course, it would be high malicious and recommended for blocking immediately. It just sanitizes the data for governance and resilience and maintaining high confidence. And it has mapped the tactics and tagged it as a phishing as per the intelligence sources and credential harvesting as well. And so see, it's saying it impersonating Netflix since it would be yes, and after that it used to trick the legit users by impersonating and VirusTotal checks integrations. It is mostly scanned as scanned it and warning immediate blocking. And after that, it has performed the your database. And yes, here we got the next data line and in this one. Yes. Yeah, coming to our test case 4. So here we're performing the hash lookup. So it will validate the why this one. So our ultimate goal is to perform the hash check intelligence and extract the data matching from the detection and classification. So we need to perform the SER test file. So let's just see. It is marked as low. Why? Because so even though it's saying European Institute of Computer Research Fund test file, see it has detected it apt. It is used for test file and even it is marked as malicious, but this is only used for testing purpose. There is no actual threat from this. We can ignore this. So it's thinking. It's not relying about the virus data. How many security vendors is saying this is malicious, we need to block it. It's thinking. It is used for testing purpose. We can ignore it. We can think in this way. This shows how the AI thinking would. And after that, coming to our last check, which is the evil tin aware. We know this is output would be Santes and it confirmed the PI this and all and it should be asked as accidental exposure. So let's see. It is the main check for governance and check. See this evil 10 it is sanitizing and processing it and it has marked up with the MITRE tactics and it's falling under EPIS. Okay, it's saying EPIS is failed to get the data and I'll check it this and the likely direct malware download is part of phishing campaign. Okay, so Yeah. Finally, it has performed all the checks and it has integrated with aligned with the code, and it's good to go. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any quotes, just comment down. We'll try to respond.